Now, I'm going to teach you how to do product field experiments so that our consumers and customers can see product efficacy directly and make it more persuasive when selling our products in the market. Right now, we will begin by doing an experiment of mixed berries tea. Firstly, we open the box, take one tea bag, and then put it into the cup, and finally pour hot water into the beaker, which is just like how we make tea in our daily life. We put it aside and do the experiment until it's soaked thoroughly. Mixed berries tea has a strong antioxidant ability, enhances immunity, and replenishes various vitamins that our body needs. When the tea is ready, we will do an experiment about the antioxidant ability of mixed berries tea to see whether oxidized rice can be deoxidized. We add some rice into another beaker and then pour in the cold water and hot water in order to let the water temperature be similar to that of our body. This is iodine solution. As we all know, iodine is a kind of strong oxidant, which can oxidize a lot of things. Right now, we add some iodine into this beaker and stir with a glass tube. Later, you will see the color of the rice will gradually change and turn black, which means the rice has been oxidized. Look, the rice is beginning to turn black. Yes or no? Yes, and it will become darker and darker. Now, we can see from the beaker that the rice in the beaker is basically turning black, which means it has been oxidized. We can imagine the toxins inside the body, which are just like iodine, have strong oxidant ability, and it can oxidize our tissues, organs, and cells. If we often drink mixed berries tea, will it help us resist oxidation? The answer is yes, because it has a strong antioxidant ability. Right now, we pour the mixed berries tea into it, stir it with a glass tube, and you'll find that the rice will return to its original color gradually. The rice has been deoxidized and turns white, which proves that its antioxidant ability is very strong, and it can deoxidize. So it's very beneficial for our body if we often drink mixed berries tea. In the market, people often ask such questions. Wood vinegar detox plasters will become wet and sticky when exposed to heat. They have doubts about whether it's the body temperature that makes it like that. Next, we will do a visual experiment to demonstrate that that is an incorrect theory. Only the metabolic wastes and toxins in the body make wood vinegar detox plasters become wet and sticky. This is the wood vinegar detox plasters we are selling on the market. I hope when we do field experiments in the future, we need to let people know we use our own products to do the experiments in order to make it more persuasive. Now, I open wood vinegar detox plasters in front of everyone. This is the one we sell on the market. We take one piece of sticker, which is medical grade and allergy free. We tear the anti-adhesive paper from the sticker and take the wood vinegar detox plaster out of the package. Shake it and then put the side with words on the sticker and finally tear the small anti-adhesive paper. Before I paste it on the cup, you can touch this beaker. Is it hot or not? Yes, it's hot. The temperature of this beaker is much higher than that of the human body. If our wood vinegar detox plaster becomes wet and sticky when exposed to heat, it will become more serious when pasted on the beaker. Now we paste it on the beaker and seal it around the beaker. The same principle applies to our feet. The wood vinegar detox plaster has been pasted on the beaker tightly, hasn't it? It should be in the sealed environment, which can enhance its absorption ability. If the wood vinegar detox plaster becomes wet and sticky when exposed to heat, then this situation would occur when pasted on the beaker. Now, we will put it aside and add more hot water into the beaker again. We will find out whether it becomes wet and sticky after 1 hour. Before the experiment, I mentioned that some people in the market have doubts about whether wood vinegar detox plasters will become wet and sticky when exposed to heat. I also told everyone that the temperature of this beaker is much higher than that of our body. Now, an hour has passed by. If that's the case, it should have already become wet and sticky. Now let's take it off the beaker to see whether it has become wet and sticky or not. Let's take a look. I swing back and forth, and the ingredients inside the plaster are still moving, aren't they? This proves that its character doesn't change, and it won't become wet and sticky when exposed to heat. In addition, its color has also not changed. That's because the wood vinegar detox plaster can't expel and eliminate toxins out of the beaker. Only by pasting it at the Yeekong acupoint on the feet can the wood vinegar detox plaster expel and eliminate the toxins and metabolic wastes out of the human body to the utmost extent. We can persuade people not to suspect wood vinegar detox plasters through this experiment. So, in this experiment, we can prove to everyone that the wood vinegar detox plaster won't become wet and sticky when exposed to heat. On the contrary, it's the toxins expelled and eliminated out of the human body that make it that way. Right now, I will teach you to do an absorption experiment of wood vinegar detox plaster, so that you can do it in the market according to what I have taught you, which is simple, easy, and persuasive. When we do field experiments, they must be very easy so that people can do it after they see it. In this way, consumers and customers could believe in our products. We mix the cold water with the hot water in order to let it to be similar to that of the human body. And we need to fill it up. This is the iodine solution. We compare it to the toxins in the human body. One thing we need to remember is that we should use iodine to do the experiment in the market. How much should we add into the cup? The right amount is okay. The iodine solution sold in the market. Some is high in iodine, but some is relatively low in iodine. But it doesn't matter as long as we can see the color of the water has changed when we add it into the water. Now we take one piece of wood vinegar detox plaster and tear the moisture-proof package, and then put the side without words, which is the dialysis surface of the wood vinegar detox plaster, in the cup. Your hand should not block the front of the beaker in order to let audiences see the effects. You need to press it in order to let it touch the water. Now, let's take a look. Do you see something is being absorbed upward? Look, the iodine begins to be absorbed upward by the wood vinegar detox plaster. And now the water in the beaker becomes clean again. Through this experiment, we can tell our customers that the wood vinegar detox plaster has a strong absorption ability, and it can expel and eliminate the toxins inside the human body through the Yeekong acupoint without needing to enter the body and bringing no harm to the human body without any side effects. So, this is the absorption experiment of wood vinegar detox plasters. After the experiment, we need to let everyone know where the toxins went in the beaker. It's here. Let's take a look. The iodine solution we added just now has been totally absorbed into the plaster. During this process, we need to tell everyone where it goes. If we don't tell them, people will think that it's neutralized. We need them to see it has been absorbed into the plaster. So, in the first experiment, I have demonstrated to you that the wood vinegar detox plaster won't become wet and sticky when exposed to heat. Only when it absorbs toxins can it become wet and sticky, which is proved in this experiment again. We will use the wood vinegar detox plaster to do an experiment again. Toxins and metabolic waste inside the human body can be attached to every organ in the human body. Now we prepare a cup of water, and then we add some hot water to adjust its temperature to be similar to that of the human body. This time we will take a steamed bun as a lung or liver in the human body. Then we add some iodine as a simulant liquid of toxins and metabolic wastes in the human body. When we do the experiment, we need to remind demonstrators that we should use iodine as a simulant liquid of toxins and metabolic wastes. Okay, this is a cup of water that has been contaminated by toxins and metabolic waste. As we all know, different organs of the human body are composed of cells, and water accounts for a large majority of cells, which means cells are soaked in water. This is the steamed bun we eat daily. Now, we immerse it in this cup, and later you will find that these toxins will be absorbed by the steam bun. Now, we use the glass tube to stir it, and then its color will change. The color change of the steamed bun shows that the toxins in the cup have been absorbed into it. Have you seen the color has changed? Take a look at it. The color of the steamed bun has changed. Right now, I put one piece of wood vinegar detox plaster into this cup to see what will happen. After the wood vinegar detox plaster is put into the cup, toxins in the water, and the ones attached to the steam bun will be absorbed by it. Now, I just put it into the cup, and later you will see the color of the steam bun will return to its original color and become white gradually. Now we can see the water has been recovered back to its original color. The toxins have been absorbed by the plaster, and now we take a look at this steamed bun to see whether the toxins attached to the steam bun have been absorbed by the plaster or not. Look, is it restored to its original color? Yes, it has become white again. Through this experiment, we can let audiences see the toxin absorption ability of the wood vinegar detox plaster. During the experiment, we need to note that the water temperature should be similar to that of the human body, and the steam bun should not be broken, and stir it slightly. In addition, we need to keep the plaster close to the steam bun. You can do it like this if you have the time, and the steam bun will be attracted by plaster naturally. But keep in mind that one side with most of the toxins attached to the steam bun should touch the plaster so the audiences can see it visually. This is the whole process of demonstrating the wood vinegar detox plaster's absorbing toxins and wastes abilities.